What's happening, guys? So I am on my way to go pick up the wife from the airport, and I'm in our new blue truck. You'll be able to see here in just a second. So I actually got to stop and pick up our coffee beans and our coffee order for the week ahead of time at the warehouse before it closes, and then pick up the wife from the airport. She was back in Ohio for a family wedding for her cousin. Pretty cool. The dogs are not with me right now, unfortunately. Leah said no dogs in the new truck until after she gets back, so it'd be nice and clean still. And you can see how blue it is. No one's gonna be as excited to see anybody as are the dogs when we get back home and they see Miss Leah. So that's what's gonna be exciting. So stay tuned. I picked Leah up. She's not happy. Screaming, crying babies on the plane. But we're going to our favorite place, even though we own a coffee shop. Dunkin' Donuts. Now to see the dogs. Got my Dunkin' Donuts. We're home. Gotta go get the bag dogs. They're gonna go crazy. Here we go. Where's the bad dog? Who's home?
Hello! Hi, hi. Oh my goodness, hello. Don't you miss me? Oh, 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 hi. Hi. Is fit the thought unlocked. Strongest taste, loudest drop. Head is fit the thought unlocked. Strongest taste, loudest drop, head is filled. You'd be 13, I'd be 35. Gone to find a place for us to hide. Be together but alone as the need for it has grown. You'd be 13, I'd be 35. Gone to find a place for us to hide. Be together but alone as the need for it has grown, yeah. Cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha. Cha-cha, cha-cha. A cave or a shed, a car or a bed, a hole in the ground or a burial mound, a bush or a tree or the Egan Sea will do for me. Cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha. Cha-cha, cha-cha. Oh, I can say that you look pretty. Turn my legs into spaghetti.
Killer Park workout with my man Greg here. So we got a couple rounds of sandbag pulls with a lighter weight, and then some medicine ball throws for fun, and then finished off with a heavier sandbag pull, about 30 minutes. It's hot. We're having a good time. Just got some packages in the mail here. You know we love a good unboxing, so let's go ahead and do that. Also, I guess this technically isn't an unboxing because it's in not a box, but plastic packaging. We've mostly got some products for the coffee business, but one other shirt that I'm pretty excited about for another project I'm working on. I got 3 of those. Got another hat. These seem like they're pretty trendy. Pretty excited about this. The Rise and Grind Supreme Tee. And last but not least, this is for a different project I'm working on. The Russian Hat Smash Tee. Smish. I'm going to smish you. Got the Coffee is Greater Than I shirts. Got me another one of these cotton candy colored hats. Rise and Grind says Kailua on the side. My Supreme style Rise and Grind t-shirt. That's pretty dope. Those will be available at some point here. Unfortunately, the time has come. I've had to make a big decision here. It's not what I'm happy about. The hair needs cut, or at least part of it. My wife is not happy. I can tell she's upset. Something needs to be done. So we're gonna do it. I'm gonna cut part of it myself. See how it goes. Take this thing off. Just want to be clear. I've been growing my hair out for at least since I was planning on going to Alaska in February. So maybe at least 7, 8 months. Grows back. Let's just shave my eyebrow. Does it even look like I cut my hair? Well, I did. Well, that's a haircut. Check this out. Look at this. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. I always wanted a haircut like this. So wanted me to cut my hair. Now that's a haircut. This literally couldn't be any more perfect. I just jumped out of the shower, rinse off real quick, and Leah's sleeping. Let's go surprise her. Let her see how this looks. Leah, don't take a picture. I cut my hair. What do you think? She said it doesn't look like I did anything. You can't see. Just like it. Wait at the beginning of the year here so you can get an idea of where we're starting at from a baseline perspective. Started off the year nicely in January as I was training for a couple of efforts and races in the 50s and progressing into the 60s. And again, keep in mind these are just running miles as I approached my effort in Alaska. So we went to Alaska in early February and I ran a 50K there and then came back and literally 7 days later went for the Oahu circumnavigation attempt, FKT, before some of my running cohorts here on Oahu broke that FKT the following Saturday, Sunday. Really, for this effort, I really would have liked to have been up higher. I would have liked to have been consistently for at least a month up in the 70s in terms of running miles per week, especially a decent amount on the road. But, that was just from my lack of preparation and effort in terms of training and, not having really enough time, I guess you could say, to get ready for that. And then I let about a week go by, and then that following week, first week in March, we did the David Goggins 4x4 by 48, which was 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours and added up to be about 48 miles here. So that was a nice week back in the 70s. And then I took a little bit of time off from the running, let my body kind of heal and recover. And I basically just listened to my body as I knew I was going to be heading into the summer for a large block of high volume training. And this is where you'll start to see a theme for me in terms of the word consistency. So I had about 4 weeks in a row here where I'm looking at 36.2 running miles per week as I approach and lead up into the 40s. This is in conjunction with a considerable amount of miles on the feet in terms of walking with weighted vests, hiking with weighted vests, some additional cross training and weightlifting as we looked at doing the Murph in the beginning part of the summer when Uncle Daddy Spenny was in town, and then that's what you'll see again, a little bit of just basically listening to the body after the Murph of that week from the end of May to the beginning of June. That's when I was really going to kick it back up here past the 30s and 40s and really start that training volume. So this is where you'll see this last Sunday here, the 16 mile is where I started to pick up the volume after my birthday, after Spencer left, and after the Murph. This is when I knew I have a solid 2 months of building off of that base and now kicking it up another notch to really progress farther into the 60s and 70s in terms of running miles per week. Still have that additional walking and hiking mileage, as well as some cross training and lifting. So it's been a nice year in terms of some solid efforts, even with COVID, getting to run that 50K in Alaska, the Oahu Circumnavigation FKT, which was a fail, but, learning experience and some information that I'll be able to post in the near future about that. Still got a solid 45-mile chunk on the road. Then the David Goggins 4x4x48 about 2 weeks after that, before a solid block of 30 and 40 running miles per week. As I'm just continuing to build the base, try and get a little bit stronger, not overdo it as I am approaching here into the heat of the summer, last bit and block of training before we do a very small taper before Tahoe. So you'll see, again, I'll just be looking to stay really consistent again, but now that consistency level will lie up in and through and past the 60s and 70s in terms of running miles per week.